So KAI stands for the Cameroon Academy of Young Scientists, which is a non-governmental association and an arm of the Cameroon Academy of Sciences, the senior academy in Cameroon. So KAI was established in 2018, and he comprised an executive committee and 3 main colleges: the College of Biological Sciences, the College of Mathematical and Physical Sciences, and the College of Social Sciences. So within each college, we have a dean who lead the college and develop and oversee the implementation of action plan of KAI over a 3 years term. So KAI members are young scientists, male and female, from Cameroon University and Research Institute, who were carefully selected based on their research excellences, impact, and commitment to advance science to the benefits of the society. So currently, KAI has 54 members, including 13 female and 41 men, representing diverse scientific discipline and institutions across Cameroon. So at the present, we don't have alumni because our members of the first cohort are still active, even though they're going to be out soon. So membership is granted for 3 years, renewable once. And this is also applied for the executive committee, which is a 3-year term renewable once. So at KAI, our main objective is to bring together young scientists from various disciplines and create a platform that fosters research, innovation, and policy engagement. So by doing so, we aim to strengthen Cameroon's scientific landscape to make a global and significant impact. So our vision is guided by 3 key priorities. The first one is science excellences, the second one is collaboration and network, and the third one is youth engagement. So to achieve these 3 key priorities, we define our mission as to give voice to young scientists, because at KAI, we believe that young researchers should actively contribute to shaping national and international scientific discussion. So we also promote research as a career of choice. We also promote research as an engine of development, and we encourage new approaches to solving national and global challenges. We support also interdisciplinary research that address pressing issues at both national and international level. So in general, at KAI, we believe in the power of scientists, especially the young scientists, to transform the country and the whole world. So what are our activity and initiatives? So at KAI, we are committed to strengthen the scientific community through various capacity building workshop and training program. So these different initiatives are designed to equip young scientists with skills they need to excel in research, leadership, and innovation. We also place a very strong emphasis on science and communication outreach, because the result of our research should not remain in laboratory and outreach. So it must reach the society. So we strive to bridge the gap between research and public and the public through public discussion activities that are more accessible and impactful. So we also recognize the importance of global challenge, and we have launched a series of webinars covering a wide range of disciplines and topics, including COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy, renewable energy, climate change, artificial intelligence, and the role of AI in research. So beyond training and education, KAI fosters research collaboration and networking opportunities. So we are also pride in our representation at national events and our active participation in the activities of the Senior Academy, which include the capacity building initiative, the research project, and conferences. We also work closely with National Young Academy in Africa and beyond to foster partnership and work on collaborative projects to influence the policy at the global stage. So we contribute to a united scientific community dedicated to solve pressing global issues and engaging in collaborative projects. So some of our major achievements are as follows. So we have the Café Scientific, which is an annually event organized and hosted at since 2022, I think, by the National Higher Polytechnic School of Douala, which has become a key platform for scientific dialogue between KAIS member, staff of the University of Douala, and students of that institution. So we would like to take this opportunity to extend our word of appreciation to Professor Ruben Mwange, who is one of our today's speakers, for his continued commitment to support this initiative, which enable vibrant discussion and the development of impactful initiatives. So at KAIS, we have also organized several international conferences. That was CONCAIF in 2019, 2021, and 2023. And we look forward to CONCAIF 2025, which will be scheduled in September 2025. So we should also publish a statement on COVID to highlight the resilience of our scientific community in Cameroon and beyond on the lesson learned during the COVID pandemic. So additionally, we've also organized a series of webinars and roundtables on the International Day of Women and Girls in Science, on the International Women's Days, and the Science Leadership Workshop for Central Africa, emphasizing on the importance of women in science leadership and development. KAIS has also launched a book on responding to disease outbreak in Cameroon, lesson learned from COVID, and KAIS is still in the process of launching the second edition of a books that will be published very, very soon. So KAIS also have signed 3 memorandum of understanding with University of Douala, IMPM, and CNTD to co-organize scientific events and collaborate on key projects. So all these remarkable activities and achievements of the Cameroon Academy of Young Scientists are made possible through the collective effort of many. So to continue to foster scientific collaboration and innovation, we are excited to share some of our future events. That will be the 4th edition of the Café Scientifique that will take place in May at the École Polytechnique de Douala. We've also scheduled the CONCAIF 2025 for September 2025, where we'll bring together young scientists and research from across the continent. And we also continue with our webinar series, and the next webinar is scheduled for April 2025. So for more information about KAIS and his different activities, you can go to our webpage or send message through the following email address. So to conclude, I would like to invite all of you to actively engage with the Cameroon Academy of Young Scientists on this exciting journey, to contribute your expertise and insight so that we can continue to innovate and drive meaningful change in the science and society. So finally, I would like to invite you all to join the KAIS family by responding to the call for new member when it's launched and becoming part of this vibrant community of young scientists and researchers from all over the country. So together, let us united create a brighter future and a more sustainable future. So this is a summary of the main activities and goals KAIS have been doing since the establishment of the Academy in 2028. So we as case member are open to you. If you have any contribution, if you have any question about KAIS, just send a message to each member or each member who is present or through the different fora, and we'll be happy to respond to your request. Thank you. Christelle, I think
Thank you very much,
done.
Amel. Thank you for this great presentation that help us to understand what KAIS is and its missions. So without waiting, we move straight to the business of the day. And we have to present the event. So the global, you are all welcome to join us when the next call is launched. So I will now move to the business of the day, which is about the Global Women Breakfast. So the Global Women Breakfast is an event, a platform that unites women and men across borders to drive a meaningful conversation on advancing women in STEM. And for this year, our theme is accelerating equity in science. And it resonates deeply with the realities that we currently face in Cameroon and across the globe. So today, through our different speakers, we'll be able to discuss the challenges faced by women, what equity is, and through them, we'll also be able to explore the solutions that have been provided so far, be it through institutions or through women leadership in Cameroon. So without waiting, I will invite Amel to present the video that present the event itself before we move to the speakers. I'm really sorry about that. I didn't know the sound was not put on your side. Let me go itself.
Welcome everyone to IUPAC Global Women's Breakfast, GWB 2025, where we are accelerating equity in science. You are part of a network of more than 30,000 people overcoming barriers to gender equality in science, technology, engineering, and maths. Your efforts also support the UN Sustainable Development Goals, gender equality, and reduced inequalities. If this is the first time joining the GWB, you may be wondering how this all got started. The GWB founder, Professor Mary Garson, asked, "How can we celebrate Marie Curie on the centenary of her Nobel Prize in Chemistry, the IYC, and connect groups in support of women scientists?" Her idea was simply breakfast. Having breakfast together is a great way to network. To take networking one step further, she encouraged groups to interact with each other and create a handshake that traveled around the world.
My idea was quite simple. Women know how and when to network. They go out to breakfast. And to take networking one step further, I encouraged groups to interact with each other using social media. And in this way, we created a handshake that traveled around the globe.
The first global breakfast was an amazing success, with roughly 5,000 participants at 100 events in 40 countries, a community of organizations in support of women in chemistry. In 2019, the Global Breakfast returned as part of the centenary of the International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry and the International Year of the Periodic Table, with over 10,000 participants at 200 events in 50 countries. The Global Breakfast is now an event that happens on a single day each year. The first events begin in New Zealand, progressing around the globe, ending in Hawaii. The influence of the GWB has grown over the years with an increasing number of events and participating countries. In 2025, the GWB will have hosted more than 2,000 total events in 100 countries. And the GWB is an official event of the International Year of Quantum Science and Technology. Advances in quantum technology will be crucial to achieving many of the UN Sustainable Development Goals. This year, we have challenged you to create inspiring videos in support of GWB and IYQ and post them on your favorite social media platforms. Check out the details on the website. Don't worry, you can still submit your videos through March 31st for another round of awards. Here are the videos selected for today's welcome.
Science and technology have the power to change the world, but only when everyone gets a seat at the table. Imagine a future where diversity and equity drive innovation, where science truly reflects the creativity and brilliance of all people.
We hope that you are inspired to make a difference where you are today. What are some things that you can do? Take time today to celebrate successes and achievements. Inspire the next generation to pursue careers in science. Support efforts to close the gender gap in science. Most importantly, reach out and make a connection with other GWB groups to see how you can accelerate progress together. A great way to connect with other groups later this year is to attend the IUPAC World Chemistry Congress happening in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia this July. Find out more at iupac2025.org. We thank everyone for hosting a breakfast event today. Your efforts are critical to achieving a brighter future. Thank you also to our wonderful sponsors, Royal Society of Chemistry, Bayer, American Chemical Society, De Gruyter, and Royal Australian Chemical Institute. Please plan to join us again next year for GWB 2026, happening February 10th. Have fun today and enjoy your breakfast.
Wow. Thank you very much. I hope we all got inspired by the video, and we all put our efforts together to support participation of women in science in a general way. So this said, I will now introduce the different speakers of the day, and we hear from them what are the efforts, what are the actions that have been performed so far to make sure that equity is a reality in Cameroon. So I'm now going to introduce our first speaker of the day. Our first speaker of the day, she had her PhD from the University of KwaZulu-Natal in South Africa in pharmaceutical microbiology. And she's a clinical microbiologist with an excellent track record of 10 years experience on antimicrobial resistance and infectious diseases. She's also the current head of the research within the Research Institute of Center of Expertise and Biological Diagnostics in Cameroon, known as CETCAM. She's also a fellow of the Marie Curie postdoctoral fellowship, and which she held, which she took in France. So our first speaker of the day is also an honorary lecturer at the St. Andrew University and at the KwaZulu-Natal University in South Africa. So I would like to introduce Dr. Luria Fonu. That will share with us all the efforts that she has performed so far.
Hi, Christelle.
Welcome.
Can I say something before we go? I think Professor Marceline, who was supposed to be one of the speakers, is having another commitment with the gym. So I don't know whether she can start first so that we'll be able to accommodate Luria after her so that she can go for the meeting, please.
Okay, I can see that
all my apologize to Dr. Luria, please.
Yeah, I can see that she's connected.
Professor Marceline Duje-Ngunwe is an exceptional scientist and leader in biochemistry and molecular biology and immunology. She's an associate professor at the University of Yaoundé 1, and she dedicates her career to advancing research in viral infection diseases. So her work has been recognized globally with prestigious grants from the European Union, World Health Organization, and National Health Institute. So beyond her scientific expertise, Marceline is a consultant in research ethics and she's actually serving on the National Ethics Committee for several years. She has coordinated the International Review Board at the Biotechnological Center at the University of Yaoundé 1. She's also a member of the African Consortium of Bioethicists. So Marceline is a member of the World Health Afro-Regional and National Immunization Technical Advisory Group, and she continues to shape policy that impact global health. So additionally, Professor Marceline plays a crucial role in mentoring and empowering in science as the coordinator of Mentor Protégé program at the Higher Women Consortium. And she's also served as the coordinator of the Central Zone of CAPRON. So today we have the privilege to have Prof. Marceline at this celebration of Global Women Breakfast, where we want her to inspire and empower us in our collective effort of leadership and innovation in STEM. So I think, Christelle, I will hand over the floor to you so that we can address them.
Yes, thank you very much for giving me the floor. Professor Marceline, you are welcome. Can you hear me, please?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let me open my my camera for a few seconds before I close. Thank you very much for the wonderful introduction. For the sake of connection, I'll close my camera and just keep the mic.
Okay, please do.
Thank you.
So it's our pleasure to welcome you on this platform and to hear from you all the efforts that have been performed so far to make sure that equity is a reality in Cameroon. So without waiting, I would like to ask you, the first question. So what do you understand by gender equity?
All right, thank you for the question. For me, the gender equity means giving opportunity to all to learn and to apply what has been learned. So we have education in. Equity now will be in science, will require that all learners or students are provided with equitable opportunities to learn and become engaged. And this means access to quality space, access to equipment, and access to educators to support and motivate their learning process and their engagement. And it also means time, necessary time spent to learn and to become engaged. So this is my understanding of equity, gender equity. Thank you.
Yeah, muted, Christelle.
Are we together? I hope you have heard me.
Yes, we have heard you. Oh, sorry, I was muted. Sorry. Yeah, thank you
Okay.
very much. We have heard you. Yeah, so gender equity is all about giving the same chances to both sex to seize opportunities that may come their side. Thank you very much for sharing this. So we have heard about all your achievements through the bio that was through your bio that was shared, and we were really impressed by your achievements. So we would like to know more about your career. So what were your motivations to seize, like to pursue such field? What attracted you, and why did you choose that specialty specifically, and not any other one else?
Okay, thank you for the question. So the very first motivation is ambition. I was very ambitious. I've always been ambitious since the high school, the secondary school. I wanted to finish school where it even in the sky. And then I asked my math teacher, because I was oriented in the science mathematics. I asked my math teacher what is the highest degree that exists in the world. At that time, he said it is doctorat d'état. So from my premier class, which is the lower sixth class, I wanted to have that doctorat d'état. And then later on, another teacher, science teacher, said the language of science is English. So if you want to pursue science, you should learn English, because French is for romantic, writings. And that's how I got inspired from the high school. Yeah, I had a chance that my parents sent me to school. They wanted all their children, to have equal opportunity to go to school. And I'll let you know that as a girl, as a female, I'm the most educated. But we have boys, we have men who are medical doctor, but I'm the most educated because my parents gave us equal opportunity. I'm very proud of that. So ambition is at the center.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor Marceline. Being ambitious is the key. That was your drive, and we are
Exactly.
proud to hear that. So, based on the ambitions that you have, I know that you have been doing a lot to support women in science, to make sure that they are able to seize opportunities that may come their way. So, can you tell us more about the contributions, the activities that you have that you performed so far to support women in science, to make sure that they don't lag behind?
Okay, thank you for that question. That's very important. As I said, I was so ambitious, and I learned. I've been learning, and I still learn. So I myself, I just completed a master degree. As I have several masters in science, immunology, biochemistry, virology, public health. Okay, so I motivate people by doing what I've so far done, that to support women and girls in science, because I would like us to have a next generation of talented women. I started from the high school. You know that I'm a Fulbright scholar. You know that that is a UX exchange program. There are other programs like Tech Women, Tech Girls, and I decided to prepare 5 high school girls from 15 to 17 years for Tech Girls. I also prepared them for a program called Yale Young African Scholars, organized by the Yale University. Because I was at the Yale University, I was a visiting professor at Yale University School of Medicine, and they have that program for young Africans called Yale Young African Scholars. And I prepared 5 girls for both Tech Girls and Yale Young African Scholars. And I'm very happy to tell you that one of them in 2022 got the Tech Girl and went to Virginia Tech University for a month. And then one also got the Yale Young African Scholars and received the intensive seminar in 2023. This is for the high school students. For the university students, I supervise master students, PhD students. Among the 21 master holders, I have so far supervised 9 are girls. So, and they are now, most of them are registered at the PhD level. And among the 5 engaged PhD students I have, 3 are women. I'm talking about the engaged because, so many students, they got registered, but they disappear. So I have 5 who are really engaged. And among this, there are 5, there are 3 girls. I also supervise coach Fulbright holders. Among the grantees, the 5 grantees have so far coached. There are 2 women. One of them is my colleague from the same department, and there's another one. So I really mentorship is my cornerstone, my commitment, holistic mentorship. In this holistic mentorship, I have organized scientific writing retreats for these girls, for these women, so that they gain more grants, fellowships, scholarship, and some of them have, gained conference, travel conference, fellowship, and small grants. And to conclude with this, I think that it is very important to set up that mentorship. We can talk more on the next question if you have. But for now, I'm saying that I've been encouraging women from the high school to the post-university level. And this is my commitment. I'm so happy to do so. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Prof. Marceline, for all your contributions. And we are so grateful to hear this from a woman. And we look forward to have many women that are interested, in support other women, because this is, we believe that this is something that has to be done by everyone, wherever you find yourself, whatever is your career level, because I believe that by supporting one another, by encouraging women, by encouraging one another, we can be able to make it. It might be difficult, but it is definitely possible. And you just shared on the power of mentorship, which we believe is great, given the result that we have. But I also believe that during this journey, you may have challenges, even throughout your career so far. So we would like you, can you please share with us the challenges that you have faced throughout your career? And what advice can you give, can you provide to these young ladies, to these young girls, and to everyone else that is listening to us, to avoid how to avoid the challenges that may come their way? And we also know that women have many responsibilities, including the family. So how did you navigate the challenges that you faced between to have a balanced life between your career and your personal life?
Okay. Thank you. We always have challenges, We always have challenges. As a woman, you are the one to to give birth to children. You get married, you have to take care of your husband, take care of the family, take care of the children. So it is not that much easy. But there are still ways of overcoming these challenges. I'm a mother of 5. Okay, I'm married. I have 5 children. And while, giving birth to my children, I was also engaged in my career. It is a matter of managing well your time, managing well your time, and putting in place a structure that will help, managing well your time. Many ladies, many women, they face this challenge, time management. And you don't improvise in your life. You have to make a plan. How many of us have the agenda, the monthly, the weekly, the daily evaluation of our day? How many of us have the personal development plan? I had mine more than 20 years ago. My personal development plan, I developed more than 20 years ago, and I'm still improving because I'm still, looking forward. So you have to plan. You make a plan. Don't fail to plan. Plan to fail, but don't fail to plan, as some of our stars say. So time management is the key to that. And then when I see around me, not necessarily me, I see that many ladies, they have that issue of self-esteem, that issue of they are less ambitious, and many things that if they come from poor family, they are facing financial issues. But this is not the case. I got all these grants, but my family is not the one that sponsored my travels to the US, to South Africa. I got grants for that. But to get grant, you have to write. You have to write good projects. You have to be aware of opportunities. And then, if you have grants, you should manage to achieve the goals, to achieve the objectives you have so far planned. So there is no excuse by saying that, no, I'm a woman, I have children, I cannot. No, you have to. And that's why I gonna kick off activities. I myself, for several times, I went for writing retreat to change grades from assistant to senior lecturer. So from senior lecturer to associate professor, I had to leave my house to go and spend 3 days somewhere and write and focus on my writing. To write my presentation note, I needed to be focused. I couldn't do that at home with children at a small age, you see. So I come back in that time management. It is very important. So writing retreat, I insist on that. If you manage your time, you create space for the writing exercise, because you could be inspired, but if you don't write and submit to calls, you will not. Okay, you will not. I just failed the Wellcome Trust grant for $1 million GP, Great Britain pound. But I'll resubmit. I have a second chance to resubmit this July. So I'm focusing on that writing because I'm currently managing 100,000 euro at the University of Yaoundé for digital ethics. But before that grant finishes, I need to find another one. Thank you. I'm very passionate about.
Wow. You can really see the passion. Thank you so much for sharing, Prof. So in your case, time management was the key, and then seizing career development opportunities that came your way to make sure that you empower yourself to seize opportunities that can come. Can you please share with us a few tips when it comes to time management? What are the tips that can be implemented to make sure that we can manage our time properly and be able to manage our different activities without facing a burnout?
Okay, first of all, have a calendar, physical and or electronic. I have my calendar. I use both electronic and paper calendar. So you have to plan, and then you have to follow your plan. When you plan, you have your priorities. What are the top priorities? You put that first, and you should have a metric. You have a metric. What is important and urgent for you? What is important but not really, an urgent matter? What is not important but urgent? What is not important, not urgent? Okay, you have to classify and tick the box. If you don't do that, you'll never succeed. For instance, I've already planned my week, okay? But if someone comes by the end of the week to talk about, wedding or funerals and so on, I can't make it because it wasn't on my plan. I'm not saying that you shouldn't go to funerals or weddings, but I think it is better to plan before you know how to improvise, maybe 10%, 15%, but make at least 80% of plan to have it. So the priority first, and then deadlines. And in the US system, we have what we call the 13 weeks roadmap for success. So 13 weeks equals to 3 months, right? So after 3 months, if you haven't achieved a result goal, you never succeed to do any other thing. So let's say I'm planning to resubmit my welcome trust grant in July. So I have at least 3 months to submit that. So it should be my priority. Submit that project in the next 3 months. I have the deadline. And when you have the deadline, that means that you develop, the output. What are the approaches to put in place to achieve that goal? And that is in your personal development plan. And every 13 weeks, you have to evaluate, to review the achievements so far. So it doesn't come like, bread from heaven. You have to make it. So these are tips I can tell you. And then you know how to do the retreats when it comes to write, because writing needs focus. There are so many people. It is a competing procedure. So you fail if you don't plan. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you very much, Prof. Marceline. You have to plan, definitely. As there is a say, if you fail to plan, then you are planning to fail.
Exactly.
Thank you for the tips that you have shared. So there are a few questions in the chat. So people are interested to know how many hours you sleep a day, and if you have other activity. I mean, if you have another activity apart from your research and apart from your research.
Interesting questions. Interesting question. Of course, when you plan a day, we have 24 hours a day. Normally, you have to divide the 24 hours by 3, and then take one part for your sleep. But I usually sleep around 6 to 7, at most 7 hours a day. But usually I sleep 6 hours a day. And I also have other activities. Okay, I'm a singer. I'm a cantor at church, at Catholic Church. I've been singing for the past 25 years. And if I don't sing, I don't feel comfortable. I sing in a choir at church. I can also sing some opera. Some of you know that you had the opportunity to listen to my to my singing. And I'm also a music instructor, because I learned sight reading music. I can also teach others how to read notes, music notes.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you very much, Prof. Marceline, for sharing. Yeah, so we have to plan our various activities and not allow ourselves to be surprised, but what may come our way. And by planning, we can be able to make it, to handle all the responsibilities that are ours. So this said, I would thank Professor Marceline for her time, for sharing her experience with us. As she will leave us, she has a meeting. So thank you very much, Professor Marceline, for joining us, and we look forward to having you on one of these days again on this platform. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. I'm here to help
Yeah, thank you so
in a
much.
holistic manner. Bye-bye. Let me
Bye.
rush to
Yeah, thank you so
the
much.
meeting hall. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
I'll
so
stay connected.
yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, without taking much time, I will now introduce the third speaker of the day in the person of Professor Ruben Mwange, who is the current director of École Nationale Polytechnique de Douala. So Professor Mwange was trained at the University of Yaoundé 1 and at the University of Poitiers in France. So he in the Laboratoire de combustion and d'étonique, École Nationale Supérieure de Mécanique et d'Aéronautique. He is the founder and member, he's a founding member of and vice coordinator of the Cameroonian Combustion Group and the founder of the Laboratory of Combustion and Green Technologies. He's also an expert, he's a member of the expert committee on energy and environment technologies at the Committee of Technology Development, CNDT of MINRESI. He has participated to several national and international conferences as a speaker and workshops. So he has trained many young scientists as a PhD or master students in Cameroon, in Tanzania, in Kenya, in Chad, to name but a few. And he's also the author of more than 50 articles and PhD thesis. So it's my pleasure to introduce Professor Mwange, who is the current director of École Nationale Polytechnique. Thank you very much, Mr. Director, for accepting the invitation. We are pleased to have you. Can you please join me to welcome the different speakers, as we are about to hear from them, to hear the actions that they have been performing in various ways to support women and to make sure that gender equality is a reality in our country.
Thank you, Christelle. I wish to express myself in French. So, yes. Merci beaucoup pour cette invitation à échanger. Déjà, je dis bonjour à tous les panélistes connectés. Et puis, je pense pouvoir contribuer aux questions qui me seront posées dans le sens de l'égalité de genre dans les domaines de technologie, des sciences et de la formation. Merci.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur le Directeur. We're also going to welcome the other speaker of the day, Dr. Luria. Can you please say something?
Thank you, Christelle. Thank you, Amel, for the introduction. Thank you for having me. I'm very happy to be here and to share my experience.
Can you please say something?
I was saying thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. Thank you for introducing me also. I'm very happy to be here and to share my little experience with you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much for accepting the invitation. So without taking more time, so I would like to continue with you, Luria. Can you tell us about the challenges that you face as a woman when it comes to the career that you have chosen, and what were your motivations to choose that career, that research field, sorry?
The research field or the scientific field?
Sorry?
Meaning about the research field or the scientific field?
No, the research field. Why did you choose it, and what were your motivations, and what are the challenges that you faced so far?
Actually, antimicrobial resistance, that is my main field. I chose it because I've seen it as a problem when I was doing my master's degree. And I saw that many lab technicians at the time didn't know how to solve it, and they didn't have clues on how to solve it. So this became like my motivation. Like if they don't know it, so maybe I should work on it to try to look for a solution and solve it. That was back in master, I think maybe 15 years ago. And after that, I moved to doing my PhD in antimicrobial resistance in the food chain in Cameroon and South Africa, because I was caring about the way we process food in abattoirs and even in farm. And again, the way I was seeing people in the abattoirs, you know how our abattoirs are, let's say abattoirs in market, because they're actually markets. I knew that they were spreading us bacteria that could kill us. So I focused on that again to solve solution and to contribute to something that could help decision maker and also protect those people working in abattoirs and in farm. And that's what I did for my PhD. And for my now more recently, I moved to neonatal health because when I finished my PhD, I went back to Cameroon. I realized that women were dying so much. And myself has given birth twice. I was seeing that I was almost die, and I had babies that were life-threatening all the times. And I realized that if the woman is not dying, maybe it's the baby who is dying. And my mom said something during my first delivery. She said delivery is 50% living, 50% dying. When she said that, I said, okay, this woman, she's talking about what she believes is true, but me, I'm doctor. I have the best gynecologist. I have everything, so nothing can happen for me. Maybe she was right at that time, but I couldn't feel what she was meaning and how important what she was saying, what she said was, well, what she said. Later on, for a second son, I think I had two close friends. We were pregnant at the same moment. We took the same precaution. We were also medical professional. The best centers of this country in Yaoundé. The two of my friends, one almost died. The other one lost the babies. The one who almost died also lost a baby. And this now let me realize that people are dying and babies are dying extensively in Cameroon. So I changed at that moment my field from antimicrobial resistance in the food chain to antimicrobial resistance in neonatal health to save babies, because I felt invested because of the loss of my close friends, because at that period, I had seen a lot of men dying or a lot of babies dying at the same period. So myself, I was the only person in a group of 3 having my son alive while the other were dead. So this was a kind of privilege that came with a responsibility to change, to make change happening for others. So I started working on that since the past 5 years. That is my mission, I think, over the next 10 or 15 years, because the problem we are seeing or not seeing because people are not reporting it cannot be addressed by maybe healthcare workers or policy makers, or even at the global level, because they don't know what is actually happening. They don't understand what is happening. And because I'm a mother, because I felt it in a way that no one can understand, I felt that I'm the best place to solve it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lucia, for sharing your experience. So you went from your personal experience and from the experience that people around you face. You identified the problem and provided a solution. And that's what it's all about, being a scientist, being able to identify a problem in the society and being proactive to provide solutions to make sure that it doesn't remain a problem. So thank you very much for sharing your experience. So given the fact that women are the one giving birth, we're able to identify that issue. And because thanks to the fact that you were present as a woman in STEM, and we all know that women do not engage a lot when it comes to like embracing STEM fields. So we are interested, Mr. Director, we are interested to know the strategies, the initiatives that have been implemented in your institution to make sure that gender equity is promoted. Gender equity in STEM is promoted. As we know that women, most of the time, they run away from sciences, and especially when it comes to fields like physics, mathematics, and we know that those are the key disciplines, those are the key subjects that are considered when it comes to like the context to enter into the school that you had. So what are the strategies, what are the policies that have been put in place to make sure that gender equity in your institution is a reality?
Merci Christelle pour cette question. D'entrée de jeu, je voudrais signaler que l'accès à l'École nationale supérieure polytechnique de Douala se fait sur concours. Donc, à cet effet, nous privilégions tout d'abord et de façon exclusive le mérite. Donc, maintenant, en termes d'égalité à l'intérieur, on se rend compte que nous avons des spécialités où il faudra privilégier les hommes, et il y aura des spécialités où il faudra privilégier les femmes. Bon, concernant l'accès, ce que nous faisons, puisque nous avons besoin des élèves qui viennent soit de l'enseignement général ou encore de l'enseignement technique, et l'enseignement technique aura encore un pourcentage de la gente féminine très bas, ce que nous faisons, c'est que nous laissons ceux de l'enseignement technique composer entre eux et enseignement général entre eux. Ça permet à ce qu'on puisse avoir un pourcentage qui nous vient de l'enseignement technique. Et là-dedans, on pense qu'on peut puiser la gente féminine de l'enseignement technique pour y suivre la formation d'ingénieurs chez nous. Ça, c'est à l'accès. Maintenant, pendant la formation, nous avons des filières telles que le génie des procédés ou encore le génie de la qualité, hygiène et sécurité de l'environnement industriel, où il faudra faire l'inverse. Nous avons à peu près 60% de femmes dans cette spécialité-là pour 40% des hommes. Donc, il y a l'accès et il y a pendant la formation. L'accès, c'est que nous essayons d'aller tirer la gente féminine de l'enseignement technique, parce que ça, c'est un réel problème.
OK, merci beaucoup pour cette contribution. Donc, j'aimerais un peu pousser la question plus loin. Pourquoi particulièrement la gente féminine de l'enseignement technique? Pourquoi est-ce que c'est elle qui est la cible féminine?
Oui, parce que, bon, nous allons chercher l'enseignement technique. Ça, c'est ce que nous souhaitons faire. Puisque nous avons une formation d'ingénieurs, nous avons les bacs scientifiques, bac D, bac C, et puis nous avons tous les bacs F. On s'est rendu compte que lorsque nous faisons un concours unique pour les deux sous-groupes, et comme nous mettons l'accent sur les mathématiques et les sciences physiques, alors il est fort probable que ce soit plus les bacs C et bac D qui puissent avoir l'accès. Or, nous avons tous ces bacs F qui généralement ont déjà une compétence à travers le CAP qu'ils ont obtenu, le probatoire technique et le bac technique. Il faudrait également leur permettre d'avoir accès. Donc, ce que nous faisons, c'est que nous séparons lors des épreuves d'examen ceux qui viendront de l'enseignement technique et ceux qui viendront de l'enseignement général. Sachant que dans les deux sous-groupes, vous aurez des hommes et des femmes qui vont compétir.
D'accord. Merci beaucoup pour cet éclaircissement. Donc, sachant que la gente féminine n'est pas très souvent représentée dans les champs que vous venez d'énumérer, à savoir les mathématiques et les sciences physiques, où les femmes également sont très peu représentées. Est-ce que vous pouvez nous dire un peu plus par rapport au nombre de femmes qui sont présentes dans l'institution en tant qu'enseignantes, en tant que chercheurs, et quelles sont les stratégies qui sont mises sur pied pour leur permettre de pouvoir se sentir, je ne sais pas si je vais dire, bon, de pouvoir se sentir assez
Impliqué.
impliqué, voilà, merci, assez impliqué la gestion de l'établissement.
L'établissement, en termes de formateur.
Oui, en termes de formateur et en termes de leadership aussi.
De leadership, oui. Donc, nous avons actuellement une cinquantaine d'enseignants et puis 10% sont des femmes. Tout ça va de la formation. Comme nous faisons les sciences de l'ingénieur, c'est vrai qu'il y a des physiques, il y a la chimie, nous avons la science globalement qui intervient, mais nous avons besoin des personnes aussi dans des métiers purement techniques, tels que le génie mécanique, le génie automobile, le génie civil. Donc, il faut absolument que la pépinière soit fournie. Lorsque la pépinière sera fournie, on pense qu'on pourra augmenter ce pourcentage-là. Actuellement, nous avons 10% de femmes parmi les formateurs. Donc, en termes de leadership de dames, nous avons 9 départements et puis nous en avons 2 qui sont patronnés par les femmes. On peut dire que c'est bas, mais tout dépend de l'échantillon que nous avons. Sur 10 et que nous avons 2, là, ça commence un peu à donner un pourcentage qui n'est pas aussi bas comme on peut le penser. Donc, voilà concernant les formateurs.
OK, effectivement. Je suis sûre que c'est ce que pensent beaucoup de participants. Anyway,
Oui.
et espérons qu'avec le temps, le nombre de femmes leaders à l'institution pourrait également augmenter. Merci déjà beaucoup pour cette confiance faite à la gente féminine.
Oui.
Monsieur le directeur, je vais un peu pousser la question plus loin. Je suis intéressée et je pense que c'est également le cas de bon nombre d'ici, de savoir quelles sont les stratégies qui sont mises sur pied. Je suppose que, généralement, les femmes, elles ont besoin de savoir que c'est possible de le faire lorsqu'elles voient d'autres femmes qui sont capables de le faire. Et tout à l'heure, avec la précédente panéliste, nous avons parlé du mentorat qui joue un rôle essentiel dans l'encadrement de la gente féminine. Donc, j'aimerais savoir quelles sont les stratégies qui sont mises sur pied pour permettre cet échange-là, je ne sais pas, cette possibilité de mentorat entre les femmes qui existent, qui sont présentes à l'institution, pour encadrer les jeunes filles qui sont présentes, qui ont sollicité poursuivre cette formation-là, malgré le fait qu'elles soient peu nombreuses comparées aux garçons. Est-ce qu'il y a des programmes de mentorat qui sont mis sur pied dans le sens d'encourager?
Oui. Donc, pendant l'année, nous avons 2 gros événements qui nous permettent d'inciter les jeunes et surtout les jeunes femmes. Nous avons, pendant la semaine de la jeunesse, un événement que nous appelons la SIE, la semaine de l'innovation et de l'entrepreneuriat. C'est l'occasion pour nous d'avoir pendant 2 jours un focus sur les femmes. Et puis, comme nous savons que c'est la pépinière qui est importante, nous invitons les collèges et puis les lycées de la ville. Nous demandons à ce que ces étudiants, ces élèves qui viennent des collèges, surtout ceux de la gente féminine, puissent venir suivre les événements qui se passent pendant cette semaine de l'innovation et de l'entrepreneuriat. Ça permet à ce que les élèves des lycées sachent qu'elles ont la possibilité de faire ce concours. Ça, c'est pendant la semaine de l'innovation et de l'entrepreneuriat. Maintenant, non loin de la fête de l'unité autour du 20 mai, nous avons un autre événement justement qui est encore plus accentué vers la femme, que nous appelons la CEFI, la semaine de la fille ingénieure innovante et entreprenante, où là, pendant toute une semaine, nous avons les femmes, que ce soit des encadreurs, que ce soit des étudiants, qui mènent des activités afin d'encourager les autres. C'est à cette occasion qu'elles puissent inviter des alumni, des femmes sorties de cette école qui sont déjà dans le monde du travail, de venir parler de leur expérience, de venir dire ce qu'elles font afin d'encourager les autres. Donc voilà, statutairement, pendant l'année, les 2 événements que nous avons afin de permettre cette égalité de genre. Merci.
Wow, c'est intéressant. Merci beaucoup pour le partage. C'est intéressant de savoir qu'il y a carrément des périodes qui sont dédiées à la gente féminine, question de les booster, question de les encourager, et même de faire appel aux alumni. Allant dans ce sens, monsieur le directeur, est-ce que vous pouvez partager avec nous la success stories d'une de vos étudiantes, même d'une étudiante passe, qui a déjà terminé dans une alumni?
Oui, j'en ai plusieurs. Déjà, il y a certaines qui, pendant l'alternance, dans les stages académiques, parviennent à faire intéresser les chefs d'entreprise, déjà par leur boulot. Ça fait que pendant la formation, certaines de ces dames ont déjà des possibilités d'emploi. Parfois, on parle de stage professionnel. Ça veut dire que pendant qu'elles sont à l'école, elles ont déjà ce type d'accès-là dans les entreprises, dû à leur capacité. C'est ce que nous appelons l'alternance. Ça veut dire que pendant l'année, la personne est encore étudiante, mais fait des immersions d'1 mois, 2 mois dans des entreprises. Ça, c'est quelque chose d'important déjà. Donc, nous avons un certain nombre comme ça, soit en stage professionnel, soit justement en alternance, parce que c'est une formation que nous offrons. L'alternance, est-ce que vous comprenez? C'est une formation nouvelle que nous offrons. Ça veut dire que les apprenants ont déjà un pied en entreprise. Pendant l'année, une partie se fait à l'école. Ça peut se faire pendant une semaine, quelques jours à l'école, quelques jours en entreprise, mais nous avons des périodes bloquées. Ça peut être 1 mois, 2 mois, 3 mois en entreprise et le reste du temps à l'école. Donc, par la suite, nous avons des étudiants qui ont donc terminé et qui sont chefs d'entreprise, qui ont pu, à travers leur potentiel d'entrepreneuriat, développer, construire des entreprises. Parce qu'au sein de l'école, nous avons un centre d'incubation d'entreprise. À l'école, on commence déjà à susciter leur créativité. Pendant des événements comme la CEFI, la Semaine de la fille innovante et entreprenante dont j'ai parlé tout à l'heure, nous organisons un concours de projets que nous appelons un étudiant, projet, une innovation. Et comme c'est dédié à la femme, ce sont des projets de femmes que nous regardons. Nous primons dans ces projets-là les projets les plus pertinents. Nous primons les projets afin que les étudiants puissent poursuivre jusqu'à l'achèvement de ce projet-là. Par la suite, ces étudiants viennent donc dans notre centre d'incubation d'entreprise où nous leur donnons des stratégies pour pouvoir développer l'entreprise. Elles ont des formations en protection intellectuelle. Nous accompagnons vers la création juridique des entreprises. Bon, l'école aura forcément un regard là-dessus. Et puis, nous accompagnons également vers des bailleurs de fonds pour pouvoir leur donner un certain nombre de pistes de financement pour les structures qu'elles peuvent avoir. Donc, nous avons donc des étudiants qui sont entrepreneurs déjà. Certains ont des structures qui parviennent à développer des produits pour faire la conservation des aliments, des structures pour faire le conditionnement, ainsi de suite. Nous avons d'autres success stories de filles qui, à l'issue de la formation, ont pu avoir un emploi tel que dans des structures privées, dont sont salariés. Ça peut être, il y a plusieurs structures privées, je ne ferai pas de publicité ici. Donc, nous avons les 3 types de success stories. Celles qui sont entrepreneurs avec la création de leurs entreprises, celles qui sont salariées, que ce soit dans le privé ou encore dans le public. Et ce sont des expériences comme ça que nous ramenons après pour permettre d'encourager les autres. Et même que nous invitons parfois dans notre conseil de direction pour pouvoir contribuer au développement de l'école. Merci.
Merci beaucoup, monsieur, de partager les actions mises en marche dans l'institution pour s'assurer que la formation est véritablement pratique. C'est bien de savoir qu'il y a un incubateur qui existe. Il y a la possibilité également non seulement de suivre des enseignements, mais également de pouvoir passer à la phase pratique. Parce que c'est ce qui leur permet d'être véritablement prêts pour le marché de l'emploi. c'est également intéressant de savoir que, au-delà même d'être des employés, beaucoup travaillent en sorte à se présenter comme des employeurs. Vraiment, merci beaucoup pour cette contribution. Donc, nous serons également intéressés de savoir, au-delà des accomplissements, je suppose qu'il y a également eu des challenges qui ont été rencontrés. Est-ce que vous pouvez partager avec nous les challenges que vous avez rencontrés jusqu'ici en tant que directeur de cette institution? Et quels sont je ne sais pas si vous pouvez prodiguer des conseils à ceux également qui sont à la tête des institutions sur les stratégies qui peuvent être mises en action, question de pouvoir soutenir le genre, question de pouvoir encourager la gente féminine et de s'assurer que l'équité et je ne sais pas si je vais parler d'un équilibre entre les genres est une réalité dans les différentes institutions de notre pays.
Merci beaucoup. Bon, je vais parler de mon expérience. Les challenges, il fallait déjà se rassurer que la formation soit bonne. Donc, de regarder à l'intérieur qu'est-ce que nous avons et puis avec quelques manquements. Vous avez parlé tout à l'heure de la formation pratique. Cette formation pratique, elle sera bonne lorsque le plateau technique sera bon. Donc, il faut commencer par fortifier nos laboratoires qui nous permettront de bien former les apprenants. Et tout cela sera donc lié au nerf de la guerre qui est le budget. Parce que c'est ça le nerf de la guerre, c'est ça la base, le budget. Lorsque vous avez votre budget, il faut pouvoir bien l'orienter pour que ça puisse vous servir effectivement selon vos projections. Il y a le plateau technique, c'est important. Ensuite, il y a l'accompagnement que vous souhaitez faire. Je vous ai parlé d'un certain nombre d'événements que nous avons. Vous avez parlé du café scientifique dans votre propos liminaire. Ce sont des actions qu'il faut pouvoir budgétiser pour que le moment venu, lorsque nous devons réaliser ces actions-là, que tout ça se passe bien. Donc voilà les gros challenges qu'il y avait, c'était déjà bien utiliser son budget en termes de formation, du plateau technique, d'accompagnement. Je vous ai parlé du programme EPI, un étudiant projet d'innovation. Nous primons les étudiants pour des projets à hauteur de 300 000 francs, 200 000, 250 000 francs. Vous voyez que c'est autant de choses qu'il faut pouvoir maîtriser. Donc, voilà les gros challenges. Ensuite, il faut pouvoir accompagner les enfants vers leur insertion socio-professionnelle. Ça également, il faut un travail là-dessus. Il faut un impact, il faut une interaction avec les milieux socio-professionnels. Ça également, ça dépend, il faut des moyens. Donc, il y a beaucoup de problèmes, mais il faudrait se rassurer que les moyens par la suite peuvent vous permettre de résoudre ces problèmes-là. Il faudrait que les formateurs puissent être motivés. Il faudrait que les formateurs puissent être motivés. Là encore, ça va dépendre des moyens. Nous sommes tous des chercheurs, enseignants-chercheurs. Il faudrait que le minimum des droits puisse être accordé et en temps opportun. Ça permet à ce que les gens soient motivés parce que finalement, c'est la motivation qui est importante. Même au niveau des challenges de la formation des femmes, il faut pouvoir les motiver. Dans un groupe de travail, il ne faudrait pas que les femmes soient esselées, les hommes à part. Il faut mélanger les genres. Parce qu'une des difficultés des femmes dans les formations d'ingénieurs que nous dispensons, c'est leur disponibilité à tout moment. Tout à l'heure, Marceline nous a parlé de ça. Il faudra avoir une certaine disponibilité. Hormis la formation qui se passe en journée, nous avons des travaux personnels d'étudiants qui généralement se feront peut-être très tard, ainsi de suite. Il faudrait qu'elles puissent suivre. Et à un moment donné, on se rend bien compte que la technicité n'est pas question de genre. C'est juste une question d'envie et de motivation. Et je peux vous dire que j'ai une étudiante, on parlait de success stories tout à l'heure, qui était la meilleure fille de génie mécanique, qui faisait la soudure. Lorsqu'on avait un travail de soudure à faire, on allait la chercher. Donc, voilà, il faut que la formation se passe bien. Ceci, ça dépend de votre plateau technique. Ça dépend.
Oh là là, merci beaucoup, monsieur le directeur, pour ces différents partages. c'est intéressant de savoir que malgré les challenges, il y a quand même des actions qui sont mises sur pied pour s'assurer que les choses se passent comme elles devraient aller. Et c'est également l'occasion d'encourager, en fait, l'occasion d'encourager les participants à pouvoir encourager également les leurs, que ce soit garçons comme filles, à avoir davantage de l'intérêt pour cette école où ce n'est pas seulement des enseignements théoriques qui sont faits, mais l'action, on met également de l'emphase sur la formation pratique, qui est ce qui va leur permettre d'avoir les compétences nécessaires dont ils auront besoin pour embrasser la vie professionnelle de demain. Merci beaucoup, monsieur le directeur, pour le partage.
Je ne sais pas si vous avez suivi mon propos.
Oui, on vous a très bien suivi. On vous a très bien suivi jusqu'à la fin. On a très bien suivi jusqu'à la fin. Merci beaucoup.
D'accord, voilà.
Amen.
OK. Oui, Christelle, merci.
Yes, tu as la parole, s'il te plaît.
Je ne sais pas si le directeur est encore là. J'avais, avant de poser la question qui me taraude l'esprit, je voulais déjà lui dire merci pour ses différentes contributions et pour avoir sacrifié une partie de son temps pour être présent à cette session. Je voulais savoir si au sein de l'institution qu'il dirige, il existe un réseau d'alumni femmes ou alors de femmes leaders, anciennes étudiantes déjà de l'école polytechnique, qui, n'est-ce pas, peuvent être mobilisées pour former un réseau et mentorer et coacher les étudiants présents dans l'institution en ce moment. Ou est-ce qu'une initiative comme celle-là ne serait pas salutaire?
J'ai comme impression qu'il a quitté le chat. Je ne sais pas s'il est encore présent. Peut-être des soucis de connexion, je ne sais pas. Bon, mais en attendant qu'il se reconnecte, nous allons poursuivre la session. Ah non, le directeur est présent.
Bon,
je suis revenu, je peux répondre.
OK.
Je ne sais pas s'il m'a suivi ou alors je vais reposter la question dans le chat.
Oui, s'il te plaît, reprends la question. Tu peux le faire de façon orale, audible, orale.
Est-ce qu'il me suit?
Oui, il est connecté. Il est connecté,
OK. Je crois que je vais me reprendre. La question était de savoir s'il existait un réseau. Il existait un réseau.
Je suis revenu.
OK, merci, monsieur le directeur. Je voulais savoir si au sein de votre institution, il existe un réseau d'alumni femmes ou alors de femmes leaders qui ont étudié dans votre institution, qui peuvent être mobilisées, n'est-ce pas, pour coacher ou bien mentorer les étudiantes, n'est-ce pas, peut-être afin de faciliter leurs insertions dans le milieu professionnel et autres.
OK, nous allons à présent poursuivre avec la troisième panéliste en attendant d'écouter encore monsieur le directeur.
Quelle était la question?
La question était de savoir si au sein de l'École nationale polytechnique, il existe un réseau d'anciens étudiantes, femmes ou alors des femmes leaders d'entreprise qui ont étudié dans votre institution, n'est-ce pas, qui peuvent être mises à profit pour le mentorat et le coaching des étudiantes afin peut-être de faciliter leur insertion ou bien de faciliter leurs études et de les encourager.
Oui, nous avons un réseau d'anciens et puis des femmes qui sont présentes et qui accompagnent effectivement. C'est vrai que parfois les réseaux se font par promotion et puis nous n'avons pas encore fédéré toutes les promotions, mais ça existe bien. Et elles essayent d'être présentes pendant la vie des étudiantes au sein de l'école. Donc, elles sont vraiment présentes. Elles viennent à chaque fois qu'on a besoin d'elles. Et puis, pendant les regroupements qu'elles peuvent faire, elles sollicitent généralement qu'on mette à disposition leurs cadettes de l'école. Donc, ça existe bien et ça nous aide beaucoup en termes d'accompagnement des étudiantes et en termes d'insertion socio-professionnelle par la suite.
OK, je ne sais pas si je pouvais aller plus loin en demandant
oui,
si on pouvait avoir
sûr.
Une idée du nombre en fait, du taux d'insertion des femmes formées, sorties de votre institution.
Oui, lors d'une diplomation, je crois la diplomation, il y a 2 ans, nous avons fait une enquête à travers un doodle où nous avons demandé à ce que ces personnes nous renseignent sur le taux d'insertion socio-professionnelle. C'est vrai que l'échantillon n'était pas grand, mais en termes d'entrepreneuriat et de salariés privés et publics, nous sommes autour de 40%. Et puis, tout le monde n'avait pas renseigné. Pour l'échantillon que nous avions, on avait 40%. Et je mêle bien entrepreneur, ça veut dire que chef d'entreprise, salarié dans le privé, salarié dans le public, autour de 40%.
D'accord, merci. Merci, monsieur le directeur. Merci également pour
tout ce que vous faites. Amel.
Merci pour tout ce que vous faites pour l'Académie et pour le soutien constant que vous apportez aux différentes activités de l'Académie des jeunes scientifiques du Cameroun.
On espère faire mieux. Il faudrait qu'on fasse mieux. Je vois qu'on a des activités déjà trop traditionnelles. Nous n'innovons pas.
Oui, je crois qu'on va poursuivre comme on l'a si bien annoncé avec le café scientifique au mois de mai. Et je crois qu'également, au mois d'avril, également, on aura une autre session qui va continuer. Je crois que
Pourquoi pas deux sessions l'année à l'ENSPD?
OK, on verra et on espère qu'à chaque fois que le besoin se sentira, nous allons nous tourner vers vous pour votre expertise, pour supporter ces différentes activités. Christelle?
Yes, Amel.
Okay, I think you have the floor.
Yeah, you can continue with Luria.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Luria.
That's of the day.
Hi, Amel.
Yes, welcome back to you, Luria. I think in the first question that was addressed by Crystal on your motivation to pursue a career in science, you give all your motivation that leads you to continue a career in antimicrobial resistance. I know as a researcher, being a woman and researcher is not always easy. We face a lot of challenges, such as like professional and gender bias and some personal responsibility. And Marceline gave a lot of challenge that women face as researchers. So I want to hear from you. What are your personal challenges? What are the difficulty you have in the achievement of your research activities?
Thank you for the question. I think Prof. Marceline gave everything. I will surprise you because I no longer consider the challenges as challenges. So it's difficult for me to say that I have challenges now. They become part of the life, so I don't feel it as challenge. But if I have to say something, maybe that managing kids, which is maybe the huge one, because I don't think that the man is responsible of taking kids to school or whatever. I feel it's my responsibility, so I have to take kids to school, make sure that they do the homeworks, everything, and that they behave nicely, all while doing my own career, all while taking care of my family and my own growth. So I think this may be the greatest challenge because it never ends. So you don't have time to say, oh, let me stop this job for a moment. I will go and do something else. You can't do that. So for me, this is maybe the huge one that I can see is because it never ends, as I say. I don't think the gender challenges for me, there are really challenges that are rather source of motivation, because the first thing when it happened, sometimes you don't feel it, sometimes you don't see it. It's sometimes really subtle, especially when you're in high-income countries. It's really subtle, so you don't see it. It's just when you reflect, you realize that you have experienced it. And instead of saying, why me, why poor me, why they are treating me like this, I just turn it as, okay, this, you're not going to block me or prevent me to reach my goal. And I use that as a motivation to pursue my mission and to reach my goal. Whatever it is, whatever the person is, so I don't care. I just take it as a stepping stone to move forward. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Luria. I think you said it well. Some challenges are not anymore considered as challenge. They're just part of our daily life. But I think one of the biggest challenge women also face in research are sometimes the lack of supporting system, the lack of funding. And I would like to know how you manage to pursue your research activity, how to you get funding to support your research activity, because sometimes we really stuck because of that. So can you share some opportunities that are available for men, and how to get easily access to those opportunities?
Okay, thank you for the question. That is a nice question. I think it has 3 parts. So if I miss some points, you can come back to them. The first thing about lack of funding, I think it's not just related to gender again. It's everyone, all researchers are facing the same challenges. We need funding. And the more you grow up, the more you reach the higher level, you still need more money, because if you're a professor now, you have more responsibilities towards your mentee, and the administration want you to bring more money. So I think it may be a challenge, but not necessarily only for women. But women have more pressure because they have less time. Let's say like this, they may have less time if they have family responsibility. And what I do, like my students say, I just try to focus on my project. When I know I have to apply for a grant, I won't wait to the last minute to apply for it. I will plan it before. And you also need to know your strength. If you know you are a slow writer or slow reader, you know that you need like maybe 6 months. I know I write really fast. I know I understand really fast. So what I can do in 2 months, someone may take a year. So if you know your strength, you know how to plan your activities, you know how to approach the grant funding system. And you need the support of the right people, because some people may seem more experienced than you, but may not have taken the path you are trying to take. So they may not understand why you or how to get the funding you want to gain. But although they are more experienced than you, so you have to understand who is the right person to advise me on this thing. And once you have the right person will make it easier for you. If you go alone, it's possible to win, but it may be more difficult because you are taking time. Maybe you fail and come back and again fail until you process it or you make it happen. But it's with a mentor, with a guide, it's easier, especially if it's a guide who will really understand the approach or the grant system opportunity that you are trying to take. The last one was about the opportunities. What I do to get my funding, normally there's many approach, like they say, we call it grant intelligence, you can look at the article when they acknowledge the funder. If it's an article in your domain, because you usually hate articles in our domain, you just could look at the grant funder or the award acknowledgement. If they acknowledge a funder, you know that this funder, you go and Google the person, the funder, you see the level of the person. If it's someone who has your same level and has won something similar, that means you can also win it. Another option is to go follow the researcher on social media, because they usually share, because the first grant I won, it was advertised on LinkedIn. So I never saw it in my mail, but I saw it on X, rather, on X from Twitter. And researchers were always sharing, retweeting it. So I couldn't understand why they were retweeting it so much. And just because I saw it so many times from many high-level researchers, I just say, let me see if I'm eligible. And I open it, I say, okay, I'm eligible. So I just need a collaborator in Cambridge University. That's a big deal, but at least I'm eligible. So that's how I try to find a collaborator and look for opportunities. So these are the main 2 things that I see that are easy to get, besides getting in newsletter of this funding organization that send email when the call is open. I hope I answer all the questions. If not, please let me know.
Okay, thank you, Luria. I think from what you say, I can stick on know your strength and plan early, and also seek need and mentorship from experienced
So
researchers.
see you around now. Yeah.
I think, okay. Yeah, I say from what you said, the key word that I can stick on is know about our strength and plan early, and also seek help from experienced researcher and some fellow that have won some grants. And you also mentioned about follow the researcher on media and sharing your achievement on social media, because it's from there you can have so many opportunities. But I want to go further by asking you the question about what do you think on the visibility on social media, because some people think that posting every day, all the time on social media is like a sign of immaturity and so on. So I want you to share your experience about the sharing and the visibility on social media.
Thank you for the nice question. That's a question that I will take a day to answer, but I'll be short, because at first, if you are really careful about the application process and about how you get funding, you realize that this social media life is part of your evaluation. So when people are assessing your application, they go and Google you. They Google you on ResearchGate, ORCID, Google Scholar, every single thing. If they don't see you acting the way you describe in your application, they may realize that you are lying in your application. If what you are saying is your application is what you are showing to the world in the social media life, that's fine. They realize that you are true to your word because they don't fund research. They fund people. The funding is not for the science. It's just for the people who is doing the science. So they have to trust you. The moment they feel like, they just have to feel that you are lying. When they feel that you are lying, they're not funding you. So for me, the social media world helped me when I was depressed, because I used to follow people who were sharing their experience, not even scientists, were just people. It inspired me to do the same for other people and to start being an inspiration for other people. I have to move 5 minutes, please. Give me 1 minute to move.
Okay, I think Luria is moving from one place to another. We can give her a minute before she come back to us. Sorry for that. I think while she's coming back, we have some word in the chat group. I think the first word is thanks to Mr. Director, more precise of the activity undertaken in the establishment to promote gender equality and encourage women to embrace the training that give access to your establishment. So the other is a question that Luria will come back and
thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm sorry about the devil. I have to move. Thank you. So yes, I was saying that they fund people. So social media is something that you use as a platform to show not just your strength, but show who you are and how you are helping people. Because whatever you are doing in your life that no one is seeing, it just affects those maybe that are really close to you, like your mentee, and it will never affect someone else who is maybe in Beijing or in India. But when you show it in social media, and that this maybe one post, one word can change someone else's life. And if this one word is really who you are, it's not just ChatGPT that you copy and paste. You have the chance to impact someone else's life. So me, I see it as an opportunity to have a largest impact, but as also an opportunity to show who I am. And then when people see, when I write my application, whatever I'm doing on social media is written in my application on my grant, and they Google me and they see it. Because when I noticed this pattern when I was applying, maybe all the time I apply, the moment I know my application is being evaluated, my number of people viewing my profile on LinkedIn increased dramatically. And these are only Sales Navigator people that are blocking the account. You don't see them. So this means that this is the moment I know that they're actively investigating on my application of everything I say. So if you're thinking, I'm a researcher, I don't want to show that I know this so and so, you don't put yourself out there. You don't have sign of living. Maybe you're not even still alive because we don't even know if you are living. If someone is 30 or 40 is not posting today, is the person really connected in this world? Think about it. With everything happening in the world now, people are posting every single day. The president of America is posting. Someone is applying for something, taking money, and it's not posting any word. How can the person have an impact in the community if they can't have social media today? You have difficulty. So they will look at you as maybe you're a leader in your close vicinity, but can you be a leader at the level we want you to be? Because they want you to become someone so high that you can change generation to come, not just you or just your village. They also want you to change the world at the highest level. So when you see things like this, I don't care what people are thinking about me, because if I'm at peace with my own self, I really don't care. People will always think something about you, whether you are doing something or not. So just make sure that what you are doing is in line with what you want to do and what you want to be proud of at the end of your life. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Luria, for all this testimony and tips to increase the visibility on social media. I think in general, the same way we are going to Google the founders, to Google the employer while looking for a job or writing a grant, the same thing, they go and Google and find our profile on social media while they are evaluating our own application to those funding and to those jobs. So I think every one of us should increase his or her visibility on this social media. I think before we close the meeting, I will hand over the floor to Christelle for her, because I think she still have some question about research funding to Luria. Christelle?
For giving me the floor. Yeah, what you said, Luria, I strongly agree with you that it's definitely very important to be present on social media, especially the professional ones. And as you said, it's not only the platform to showcase what you're doing, but it's also a platform where you can seize opportunities, because not all opportunities, can be seen like every day. By being present on social media, by following people in your area or people in your network, you can be able to have like a greater visibility on opportunities that are out there, because most of the time we lack information. And being present on social media, it's an avenue to be able to be in touch with these opportunities. Some opportunities are not shared. For example, there are researchers out there that win grants and they need people to work with. So if you're not present on social media and then they send it there, how will you know that there is such opportunity? So it's definitely important, and this is an opportunity for me to encourage all of us, for those who are not yet there, to be able to, to have a profile on LinkedIn, especially on LinkedIn, because it's a professional social media. Not only to have a profile, but to also be able to network with others, because networking is the key. As Luria mentioned, you don't have to sit in your own corner and trying to be doing things. You will fail and fail. So as she said, if you want to go far, go with others and try to be present on social media. Follow one another, follow people that can have a certain impact on your life, and reach out to them to seek for advice, to seek for information that can help you to do it. This said, there are a few questions in the chat for Luria. So there's a participant who is interested to know how your partner supported you in this journey. What strategy did you use for your partner to have the support of your partner?
That's the question. Interesting question. I don't know if I use strategies. I don't know. Actually, I don't know what strategy I use. I have to say that I'm grateful for the support I have, not even from my partner, but from my support system, from other people who are on me that people don't see, but who are actually behind my success or behind my growth, my family, the friends, the mentors I have. So I don't think I use a particular strategy. I'm just me. I'm just sharing my vision. And something that we don't use a lot, maybe if it's me, I don't know, or maybe it was me before. But the problem is that we are shy to be vulnerable. And it's fair, because if you go and Google the video TED Talk of Brené Brown, The Power of Vulnerability, she showed that being vulnerable is something that can almost kill you, or something that can elevate you. So people are sometimes scared to be vulnerable, because by being vulnerable, people can cheat on them or can mistreat them. So they are scared about that. While someone else can be vulnerable and have everything he needs in his life. So just being vulnerable make you have what you want. Because me, it's what I've always used in all my relationship, even with mentor, because the mentor I have, some of them I've never met them. There are someone in UK, in South Africa, in Europe, everywhere in the world. I don't even, but these are the top 1% mentor in the world. They're recommending me, they're advocating for me, because I'm being vulnerable. I've said, this is where I come from. This is what touched me. This is where I'm going. I don't know if I can go there. If the person feel that he can help me, he will help me. If the person feel that he cannot help me, you say, okay, I know someone who can really help you, who is fit for you. But if you are too shy to seek for help and to be vulnerable about sharing your story, no one will be there to assist you. If you come and say, do you want to be my mentor? Do you want to let me go there? No one will be do that, because it's a huge responsibility. But if you share your vulnerability, the person directly resonates with you and can let you go where you want and can help you go there, even if they don't have the mean at the time. One day they will remember, oh, this person told me about this thing, I will help them. So yes, I'm grateful for the family support I have. I'm grateful from every people encouraging me, pushing me, that some of them are even there in this group now. And I see some motivation, because sometimes I want to give up. I have people tell me, no, you can do it, go and continue. So it's not a strategy that you use. You are living a life, and to live a life and be fulfilled, you need people to help you be fulfilled. You cannot be that by doing strategy, because it won't last long. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Lulia, for sharing. Yeah, I definitely agree with you that we have to put in place a supporting system. Yeah, so it's not only about the partner. You might not have a partner, but it's about surrounding yourself with people that can support you, that can encourage you. And it's fine to fail, because the issue is that most of the time when you go on social media, we see people sharing their successes, but they don't share their failures. But that doesn't mean that they don't have failures. So it's okay to fail, but it's also fine. I mean, when you fail, don't just remain at that spot. Identify people that can help you, identify people that can support you, that can encourage you, that can tell you that it's okay, it's fine, you can still make it, and you will definitely be able to reach the ladder. Network with people, connect with people, and as you said, even as the first speaker said, plan your activities to make sure that you don't wait for the last 9 minutes of an application to submit your application. So it's all about networking with people. It's all about planning. It's all about putting in place a supporting system. It can be your family, it can be your mentor. And if you want to walk this path, you need to surround yourself with, you need to have mentors. So the first speaker told us about mentorship, and she told us how important mentorship is. So you can be a mentor, you can be a mentor, but you can also be a mentee at the same time. So which is about, learning from someone and being able to share your experience with others. And doing it that way will definitely help us, to move the ladder, and to make sure that we have more women that are interested in science, and we are able to meet the Sustainable Development Goal number 5. So thank you very much, Lulia, for sharing your experience. I don't know if you have a closing word.
Thank you for having me, Christelle. It was nice to share my story and to contribute to the little I could. Thank you. Thank you to all for joining also.
Yeah, thank you so much. I can see Mr. Director is still connected. Mr. Director, do you have a closing remark?
Only to say thank you for my invitation. Be strong. You have a good idea to move to these topics. So I am very grateful. I wish to say thank you for all of us. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So I would like to seize this opportunity to really thank all the speakers for your time, for your contributions, for sharing your experience with the different the participants. So I can see Professor Marceline, who is still connected. I don't know if she has the opportunity to say her last words before we close the meeting. If not, she might be in the position where she's not able to speak as she was running for a meeting. If not, I would like to thank you all once again for being part of this discussion and to be able to share on the actions that have been put in place so far to make sure that gender equity is a reality in our country. So this said, I would like to invite you for our next webinar that will take place in April. So the information will be shared on due time. And that time we'll be discussing on the topic building an outstanding scientific career, opportunities, innovative and inspiring leadership. What are the societal impact and the global reach? So you are all invited for the next session, and we will share the information regarding that webinar on due time. So thank you very much all for your participation. And before we leave, I would like please to invite you all to open your camera so we can have a picture that will be shared to acknowledge the event, today's event. Thank you very much for opening your cameras. Christine, can you please take the picture?
I am with my phone. Maybe Luria, you can take the whole picture.
Madam President.
Wait, hold on, don't go yet. I've taken just one page. Let me.
Please, can you open your cameras, please? Thank you very much.
It's okay. I've taken the pictures.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you, Valerie.
Her hand raised. I don't know if it's a question. Please go ahead. You can open your mic and express yourself, please, before we leave. That was okay. Looks like she left the platform. So thank you very much for your time and for being around. We look forward to having you for the next session. So this said, the session is closed. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Thank you.